Uma pergunta.
Sim.
Se você tivesse que descrever a Constituição brasileira em uma palavra só, o que seria?
Obsoleto. Ela é boa. É boa. É boa. Só boa. A regulamentar. Deram duas palavras.
Maybe incomplete.
Slogan.
Constituição.
Razoável.
Progress.
There was just an atmosphere of euphoria in that 1988 period. Break with the military regime, societal activism, opening of democracy. And so you could feel this if you were in Brazil in the late 80s.
It was decided that the 1986 elections would elect a Constituent Assembly, and this Constituent Assembly would start from scratch and draft a whole new document. And it would be a participatory process.
I do think that the Constitution was enormously important to everyday Brazilians, but particularly Brazilians in the urban peripheries, the poor urban peripheries, because they saw themselves in its making.
The society was organized and willing to debate and to participate in the debate of making the new Constitution.
One name that is sometimes given to the Constitution is that it is the citizen Constitution and the participatory Constitution. And the reason it's called that is because it has built into it a great many different kinds of mechanisms for citizen participation. If 30,000 Brazilians signed a petition, then the Congress would have to debate that.
People who had never been in Brasilia in their entire lives and probably were not ever go again, many of them, they came to express their desires about what the new Constitution would look like and to lobby for their own provisions within it.
It was a remarkable occurrence. It was remarkable that the Constitution allowed popular amendments. There were 122 popular amendments, none of which figured exactly in the Constitution, but many of which were deeply influential.
One of the criticisms is it promises and enshrines principles that Brazil cannot afford.
It's a wonderful idealistic constitution, but when you look at things in practice, for example, education policy, education is a right for everybody, and it's certainly unevenly provided. I think they have to square the idealism of the Constitution with the realities of a fast-growing, developing country.
When the Constitution was promulgated on October 5, 1988, many analysts, many politicians, many deputies said this Constitution is bound to fail. President Sarney said that Constitution makes the country ungovernable. And he was completely wrong.
It's a vision of, we want to be a new kind of democracy. We want to be a new kind of political system that is different than the kind of political system that we have been before.
The Constitution creates, with its utopian visions, with its declaration that minimum wage has to be such and such, and interest rates can only be so high, and all these things which are impossible, it creates confusion. It creates confusion in a system which needs to be shaken up. And that's why I like it. Does it have insoluble contradiction? Yes. Does it have utopian aspects? Yes. Is it confusing? Absolutely. And that's a good thing.
It's aspirational more than it is descriptive, or as much as it is descriptive.
Amazingly, it has been the most durable and successful democratic experience in our history. And we political and social scientists, we still don't know why we have been so successful.
Objectively, it has played a very major role in reducing the vast disparities in income and wealth in Brazil.
If you were to describe the Constitution in one word, what would it be?
An exercise.
Surprisingly successful Constitution.
An incomplete Constitution which can be completed.
Detailed.
Succinctly, I would say it's a productive confusion.